Welcome to Champlin Park High School for Northwest Suburban Conference boys basketball. It's the season opener tonight for the Rebels as they play host to the Armstrong Falcons. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox. Bart Inninger joins me for tonight's call, and obviously for Champlin Park, a lot of new faces in the lineup, a lot of new faces on the bench as well, and they're eager to see, is this a program that can stay near the top after graduating so many good players?
Right, after being in the state tournament last year, they lost a lot. First game for them, so we're going to see who steps up for them and plays a bigger role for them tonight.
Armstrong, meanwhile, also a new head coach this year as Rob Ware takes over. They have played a couple games. They lost to a very good Shakopee team, but bounced back to beat St. Louis Park. They also have a lot of new faces, although more experience returning certainly than Champlin Park does.
Yeah, they have some guys that saw a lot of varsity minutes last year, some guys that transferred in. So they've got a couple of games under their belt, like you said, so that should bode well for them tonight.
A couple of good programs, and I think both teams are kind of eager to prove that we're not going to have this huge drop-off just because there's new players and some new coaches too.
Definitely. Both teams have a lot of pride in their programs, have a lot of success in the past, and they want to keep that thing rolling even though they've lost some contributors from the last couple of years.
Let's talk about key players to look at in this evening's contest, starting with Armstrong, and he had a great football season as a wide receiver, and Peyton Newbern, very good basketball player as well.
Yeah, and he's really grown a lot in the last year as a player. Much better shooter. He struggled a little bit from three last year, but has improved that greatly. Could always put it on the floor, and he's got such great quickness and length that he can finish really well.
Averaging about 19.5 in their first two games this year. And for Champlin Park, they do not have too many guys who played much varsity ball at all. One of those that does return, though, they're looking for good things from, even though he's coming off an injury, Io Taki.
Yeah, Taki is a little similar to Peyton Newbern. Very long, can finish very, very well, good strength, and then he can shoot it as well from the three-point line. So, and he's going to have to really step up in the leadership role for them tonight, too.
Yeah, leading returning scorer for them, even though he averaged just a little under 3 points per contest last season for the Rebels. Stay tuned, we'll have the tip-off in a moment. Allie Mosley will join us from courtside as well with some news on the Rebels head coach. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to Champlin Park. This was supposed to be the first game coaching as a head coach for former Rebels standout Aaron Kleppner. He is not going to be here tonight. Allie Mosley joins us with more on that.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. You gotta love it, huh? In their home opener, Champlin Park, set with a brand new head coach, former player as that, as you mentioned, Aaron Kleppner. But is he here tonight? No. Thank you, COVID, right? So, standing in his place tonight is assistant coach Damon Plunkett. He told us before the game, make no mistake, this is still going to be classic Champlin Park basketball, the kind that Coach Tucksher really embedded into this program, regardless of the fact that there are a lot of new faces. He told us that the team has been working together since this summer, and while it was kind of a slow go of it at start, this team has really started to finally come together. They finally started to click. They're really making strides, and Coach Plunkett said they are getting better every single day. So here they are in game one tonight, a big test against an athletic Armstrong team. Guys, they're really looking forward to see exactly who they are this early on in the season.
Thanks, Allie, and we wish Aaron Kleppner well. I believe he's going to be watching tonight, and obviously it's going to be a great thing. Damon Plunkett was a Park Center star back in the day, so it's really fun to see these guys. Aaron played here, Damon played at Park Center. The other side, Rob Ware, the Armstrong coach, played at Brooklyn Center. Keenan Jones, who was not here tonight, one of his assistants, was on a state championship team for Osseo. So I've seen a lot of these coaches coming through as players. And there's Rob Ware, who is working as an assistant principal at the school and taking over. He's been a head coach at Totino Grace and Maranatha in the past as well. Damon Plunkett was an assistant at Washburn and also in the BPAA youth programs prior to that.
I'm just impressed with your memory. That's pretty outstanding to remember all that.
Here's a look at the starting lineups for tonight. We did have one late change earlier today as new big man Peyton Mogire from Armstrong came down ill. He had come over from Maple Grove. A 6'10" post will not be here tonight. So Garner, Newburn, Owen Scram, and then Drew Kempel slides into that spot in place of Mogire for Armstrong. And then for Champlin Park, as we said, mostly new faces on the varsity level. Graf, Lukandwa, Zuo, Taki, and Alex Gamber, the starting unit for the Rebels. Peyton Newburn will jump it up here against Gamber. See, one thing different from last year, I don't think too many players are upset that masks not required this year.
It's great to see faces.
Controlled on the tip by the Falcons. Garner now into the front court. Kempel will swing it around. Garner looking to go a little pick and roll there, and he traveled.
I think that's right off the bat a product of a new starter in there, Drew Kempel. Jamez probably would have gone to Mogri at 6'10", but Drew's 6'4". Hesitated a little bit and got called for the travel.
Armstrong coming out with a quick trap. Lukandwa, now they swing it across. Peyton Newburn nearly had the pick. A dangerous try there from Taki as he went way across court towards Zuo.
This is probably what we're going to see early on with Champlin Park, not having played a game, just getting used to the speed and the quickness that you can't replicate in practice. So probably a few nervous turnovers, but I would imagine they'll settle in pretty quickly.
And Kempel getting a piece of that entry pass and knocks it out. So Armstrong getting into the passing lanes a couple times in a row, although not able to come up with a steal. So the Rebels still maintain possession here. Taki in the corner. Seth Newburn, his coach called him our best defender without a doubt, and he gets the assignment on Taki. Gamber backing in, powers it up, but no good as he tried to overpower Kempel a little bit, who stood his ground. And sometimes those are a little tougher than you think when you're banging off an opponent, even though you got in there close.
Oh, Drew Kempel, a solid 6'4", big football linebacker, had a good football season.
Scram, their best shooter from the outside, missed that one though. Taki's going to line up a 3-ball, and that's good. Taki, coach was telling me that he had missed some practice time with an ankle injury, but he said he came back and he looked like he hadn't missed a beat. He only missed like one shot the whole practice. So it looks like his perimeter game is improved. Ooh, Armstrong nearly turning it over there.
And that's just a great start for Champlin, for one of their leaders to get a 3 right off the bat.
Pick and roll there, but Kempel unable to finish it. Then the Rebels almost turned it over. Three 3-0 Champlin Park on the 3-ball by Taki. Now Lukandwa swings it around. Graf open from the corner. That one won't go. Nice rebound though by Zuo, and then going to get a foul call, or no, just out of bounds there off Armstrong.
Champlin Park has always been an outstanding offensive rebounding team. That's going to be a key for Armstrong to keep them off the glass. No second, third opportunities.
So you look at Coach Plunkett there for the Rebels in charge here tonight. And there's a takeaway by Peyton Newburn. Newburn to the hole, and he dunks.
Peyton just a great anticipator, and like we said, he's got good quickness and that length.
And another turnover, as this time Seth Newburn the takeaway, and the layup is good.
And that's just some of those timing things for Champlin Park, just not used to the speed of it yet.
Zuo swinging it back. Graf's going to take a long 3, and it is good. Graf, Rebels have a couple of 3s, so they lead at 6-4. Each team has 2 buckets, but there's a both been from beyond the arc.
Yeah, just a good rhythm shot from Graf. Nice, easy, fluid shot, easy knockdown.
Garner will swing it across. Scram letting that 3 go, and that one is good. So he answers with the first 3 of the night. He is definitely a good shooter. Now 7-6 Falcons.
Yeah, Owen, one of those, if he gets his feet set, it's almost a guarantee that he will knock that down.
Graff not able to get that one to go. Garner into the front court here. So 7-6 Armstrong. Teams have heated up a little bit. Double high screen here. Now Scram turns and faces. He might have had an open look there, but wasn't quite ready to release. Now he lines it up. He's wide open, and he hits another.
Just good recognition by Jamez Garner. Had 2 players kind of suck over to him, and that left Owen wide open.
Ooh, nearly turned over there. Taki's going to shoot a long one, and that's good. Wow, we're seeing a pretty good shooting display back and forth here between these teams. It's 10-9 now, Armstrong.
And that's great for Champlin Park. You want, one of your returning players that has some experience to kind of get them going, get everybody eased back in, and hopefully the rest of the team will follow suit.
Seth Newbern keeps it moving to Garner. Kraft getting out to challenge Scram and chase him off that shot that time. Scram's going to let it rip. This time no good. Battle for the rebound. Last touch by Kemple. And now first sub coming in for Armstrong here. Be Devin Jones, it looks like.
Owen Scram with a little heat check, hitting 2, so might as well see if I can hit a 3rd one.
Suo drove it and then pulls it back out. And a body foul there on the baseline. There's a look at Coach Ware, the Falcons head coach. Inbounded to Gamber. Backs all the way down and in and missed it. Garner to the front court. Nice dish. Kemple for the layup. He did a good job drawing the second defender to him.
Jamez is one of those kind of throwback point guards where he's not always a shoot first point guard. He will find his open players and teammates and get them involved.
Newbern to Scram for the layup as open court turnover costing Champlin Park again there. It's 14-9 Falcons. Nice drive and dish, and Zuo laying it in strong. He's listed at 6'1", but he can get up quick.
It's a great job breaking the press for Champlin. A couple of quick passes leads to an easy layup.
Newbern turns and goes. Oh, Kemple fumbled it away. Could have been another layup. And Kemple and Gamber both go down there. Taki, who I think he was thinking about it there, but he'll swing it instead. The lefty Lacandua, no good. Peyton Newbern boards it. Garner drives, hands it over. A floater by Jones won't go. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Armstrong. In for the Falcons, Grayson Rennie, number 10. Desmond Ware, number 11. Champlin Park will bring Lorenzo Andrews, number 15 in. Or excuse me, number 5.
Scoreboard went out.
Ah. Probably just a plug and plug back in, we hope. Don't see that too often anymore, but it's not unheard of.
No.
So both teams getting a little bit of a breather, and this early in the season, as much as you'd like to say you're in shape to run up and down the court, I think it's probably a good little break for these guys because you're kind of jacked up and excited and haven't been playing games yet. I think it's fair to say guys can get winded a little bit in these situations.
Yeah, it definitely takes, 3, 4, 5 games before you get that into that really good game shape. So nice non-timeout here for both teams and gives them a chance to rest and coaches to talk to them a little bit and strategize.
We have a camera that's trained on the clock at all times, and all of a sudden, the nice thing about it was there was no question that the basket had already been made and all that before that. So there wasn't neither coach is going to be saying, hey, you took a point away from us or whatever, because it clearly went out after the ball had gone through the hoop and they were getting ready to inbound there. Apparently, at first glance, not as simple as just something came unplugged.
Oh, yeah, it looks a little bit more intense over there.
Now, the next question becomes, is the information stored in there? Obviously, you've got a physical scorebook that you can, consult with, but as of right now, it does not look like it came back on with all of the information. We've only had one foul, and the score shouldn't be too hard to figure out, but
they may be asking us.
No, there's an official scorekeeper down there, obviously, too.
I was going to say for the time. I don't know if they...
Yeah, you're right. The time part might be a little different. How about the shot clock coming in? That's going to be another added thing.
I think it was 11:38 left on the clock, so...
11:38 is the CCX official time on the clock. 11:38. Thank you, CCX Media.
Now they've got the time part right, but they're still going to have to hold up till they get the score on there, which 14-9 is, or excuse me, 14-11, yeah. And there was only one foul committed so far. That was by Armstrong, so that part is good in terms of getting caught up.
So you mentioned the shot clock. Yeah, just another electronic device to go haywire.
And I mean, in some schools it'll be no issue whatsoever, but I think in some, getting somebody competent to run it every night might be an issue.
That's going to be a challenge for, I think, more outstate teams than in-state, but yeah, that will be a definite challenge.
Got a foul call there as Armstrong threw the trap on and maybe got a little too aggressive. It looks like it's Rennie that'll pick up the foul. Not that it's a big deal, but it looks like they have one foul each on the board. It actually should be 2 for Armstrong and 0 for Champlin Park, if I recall correctly. Andrews will kick it. Lukandwa on the baseline, a little crossover, a pull up, and it is good. Smooth looking shot for Ethan right there. So 1 point lead for Armstrong, and now going to be an over and back violation there as Ware lost the handle on that one. And so now the Rebels a chance to take the lead. Dangerous there, but Taki able to come up with it. Then he gets the return pass. Taki to the hole, scores it, plus a foul. So that time, Peyton Newbern nearly had the steal, but it ultimately ends up with his man getting free because of it. Not a bad gamble to take. I'm not faulting him there, but that's kind of what led to that hoop.
Armstrong, too, with a little bit smaller group on the floor, so they're putting a little bit more pressure, gambling a little bit, and it just led to a easy Champlin Park basket.
Taki misses the free throw, but he has 8 of the 15 Rebels points here. Seth Newbern back out to Peyton Newbern. Open in the corner. Ware gets a look at it. No good. Tip free. And recovering there was Rennie. Where down the baseline, hits the bottom of the rim with that pass. Graf throws it across, another steal. Peyton Newburn to the hole and dunks again. Not a guy you want to be throwing long passes against.
Again, Peyton just very good at anticipating, using that length and quickness, and good finish.
Ball comes free as the Falcons tried to draw the charge there. Scramble, and they get it to Peyton Newburn, dished it off, and then it was tipped away. It almost hit Newburn again, but apparently it was already out prior to that. Another look at this steal and flush here by Peyton Newburn.
Nice to see a healthy Peyton Newburn. Last year he had a lot of little nicks and injuries that kept him out of a few games, but nice to see him back and fully participating.
Jones spinning into the lane, puts up a tough shot there, and Taki the rebound. Graf lining up a three, and it's in and out. Garner looking to push it back the other way. Nice dish to Jones, all alone for the layup.
Just great vision by Garner. Knows that he's gonna go full head of steam in there, draw some defenders, and just a little dump off to Devin.
To the corner, and Taki was out of bounds. It'll be Armstrong ball. Dangerous throw there by Graf. Not a great idea on that one, I don't think, to try to thread that one in. Scram will come back in, and Peyton Newburn will get a breather for the Falcons. They lead it by 3 here on the road. Armstrong 1-1 coming in. Champlin Park, their very first game of the season. One of the last teams to get their first game action, I believe, here. Garner drives, trying to put it up, no good. Seth Newburn is there, and he is fouled. Taki had basketball, but he was fouled before that. It's going to be against Graf. Graf knew he was giving up some size there and just trying to throw his body into Newburn a little bit there. No good on the free throw. One more coming for Seth. Gamber will check in here for the Rebels. And 0 for 2 there. So first 2 free throws for Armstrong. Failed to connect. Champlin Park's 0 for 1. Kandwa drives and kicks. Taki open for another 3. His third already this half. He has 11 points, and we're tied up at 18. I'm glad to see we didn't pick the wrong guy here for our featured player in the pregame, right?
Yes.
Here's Scram. That one in and out. And Seth Newburn raked it loose, though, and puts it back.
Seth, one of those, just gets after it, does all the little dirty work inside. Can give up some size, but so strong and so athletic in there.
Scram will pick up the fouls. You get another look at this one. Taki had a nice job rebounding it. I'm not entirely sure he didn't get chopped on the arm a little bit there to free that one up, but the coaches
refs early season too, so
coaches don't have much sympathy for that, though. They'll tell your guy, you got to rip that through, and I don't care who hits you and all that. So Kandwa well defended by Garner there. Taki putting it on the deck. It's all the way to the hoop and scores. Nice to see when a guy can really stroke the 3, but also can take it to the hole.
Well, I was just going to say, as Seth Newburn gets fouled, Taki set those up with the previous 3s. You got to come out and respect that. And he, nice little shot fake. Peyton went for it, and Taki was able to put it on the floor and finish.
Seth Newburn was fouled there by Laju Donato for Champlin Park. So he'll go back to the free throw line where he missed his first 2 and misses again. For the most part, a well-played game tonight, with the exception of free throws. We haven't seen any makes yet. In there for the Rebels is Brendan Schaffa. Missed it there, and let's see, we're going to get a foul on the rebound. And it looks like that'll be against Schaffa. Let's go down to Allie now, courtside.
Guys, we know how athletic these Newbern brothers are, but Coach Plunkett was talking before the game about how Seth Newbern is also incredibly physical. In their last game, he took 5 charges, which just really tells you what he's willing to sacrifice out on the floor for his team.
And some discussion, I guess, on, I don't know what if they're deciding whether, I don't think he was going up into the act of shooting yet, but maybe.
Yeah, definitely not, because he had the ball and the guy was coming in around him. So
the other question was, I wasn't really too sure which guy it was going to be on, and maybe a different official saw it a different way and they didn't realize that what the original call had been, perhaps.
Champlin Park going a little zone out of bounds. Here's the replay on. So yeah, no shot attempt for sure.
Scoreboard, we believe, is wrong also. It should be 20-20. They've got 20-18 up there, and that's one of those things that let's hope that somebody catches it soon. Otherwise, they're never going to be able to fix it. Kempel. Ooh, not close on that one. Lukandwa driving. And try to go back into him. He falls to the floor, and Seth Newbern out of there with the steal. He's got Peyton Newbern ahead. Dunk number 3 of this first half.
We got an injury, Champlin Park.
Yeah, down is Donato there for the Rebels. Into the front court they go. Nice return pass, and Lukandwa, the layup off the feed from Schaffa.
Yeah, Schaffa, great pass. Just caught it and got rid of it real quick so that they could get that easy layup.
Peyton Newbern looking to attack into traffic there, and that one blocked. But then Seth Newbern up with the steal on the outlet. He will drive it all the way and lay it in. Nice move there by Seth Newbern. Just kind of slowed that one down enough to get his rhythm and then attacked. Gamber, bad pass there. Peyton Newbern, another steal, but then he throws a bad pass too far ahead of Garner. And Bart had come to the conclusion that Armstrong does not realize that they were short of a bucket, and so we're never going to get this fixed, presumably. They got it at 22 all on the board.
Yeah, at least hope that the book has it so that it can get corrected.
Yeah, and that's something that not that I've done it frequently, but over the years, when you do the book or the scoreboard, you should always be communicating. What have you got for score? What have you got for score? And there's a pull-up jumper by Andrews as he gets his first bucket. Garner looking now. Here's Newbern. Swing it cross court. Seth Newbern short on the rim with that one. It comes right to Scram. Back to Seth Newbern. Sees some room to go. Little fadeaway, bounces and drops. 4th bucket of the half for Seth Newbern.
And that's his biggest strength, is just using his length and getting to the rim, drawing contact and finishing.
Andrews the miss. Oh, and the putback try got away. And we're going to get a foul call as Schaffa, he had eyes of getting his first bucket there and instead kind of fumbled it away.
Champlin Park, when they've moved the ball against that pressure, they've gotten some easy looks. They just got to continue to keep making those quick passes, attack the pressure, and get to the rim.
Jones will swing it to Garner. Scram from the top, no good. Peyton Newbern kept it alive. Let's see. Last touch by the Rebels. Ware will check back in here for Armstrong, and he will inbound.
Champlin Park, typically a 2-3 zone team out of bounds. Give you a different look.
Scram will shoot it from the corner. No, Jones the rebound. Runs into a trap. Ooh, dangerous pass there, but Peyton Newbern will come down with it. Ooh, and a finger roll almost went. That's a tough shot. Zuo comes back out with it. A little over 4.5 minutes to play in the first half, and that one through Gamber's hands, but did it hit an Armstrong player after that? We'll see. Looks like no, it's going to be Falcons basketball.
And those are those timing things that I talked about a little bit earlier. You just, you back into the swing of game action, and I would imagine those are things that are going to get corrected, and they're going to get used to it real quick.
Seth Newbern drives and scores. Able to take the contact and still finish that one nicely, as he has had a pretty solid first half here for the Falcons. And foul call there going against Lukandwa. Unfortunately, they're not putting the fouls number up on the scoreboard, which I'm sorry, but a good basketball school should be putting that on the board, period. Free throw good there by Seth Newbern. So they've gotten too short on Armstrong's score, and then also that. Here's a drive, left-hand finish. Wow, Lukandwa did a nice job finishing there.
Recognized that he's got a little smaller defender on him in Ware, and just took him to the hole on that with that left hand.
Rebels end up with the rebound. Here comes Taki. Into traffic, throws it to Graff in the corner, and that's good for three.
I think the fact that he slowed up before he went in and could have gotten called for the charge, but he slowed up, was able to get that ball out to Graff. Nice finish.
Ware will bring it back out top to Jones. Jones attacking baseline and gets to the hoop and lays it in. Drive and the finger roll here just won't quite roll in for Zuo. He stayed with it though and somehow stayed in bounds, I guess, or they ruled it he did anyway. Graff, and they back over to Taki. Newbern went for the steal. Taki is fouled by Seth Newbern as Peyton Newbern tried to pick that pass off, but instead missed it, and Taki drives in and draws the foul.
Yeah, that was great patience by Taki. Kind of held up, see what Seth was going to do. Seth stepped out a little bit, and he just did a little quick Euro step by him and at the free throw line.
Very first made free throw for the Rebels, and Armstrong's made just one also. So we're going to sort it out at halftime. Our score on screen is we believe correct, but does not match what they have on the scoreboard. And I'm guessing if they don't fix it at halftime, then we'll have to switch to match that. Taki's second free throw is good. Garner will work it into the front court here. 2:40 to go in this first half. Kind of spreading things out, going a little motion. Not necessarily working clock, but if that's the result of it, they're okay with that too. Oh, and a turnover. Andrews coming back the other way. He'll stop and pop and hit.
Just a really smooth, fluid shot there by Andrews. Gathered himself, didn't rush it.
Inside, Peyton Newbern attacks. No good, but he was fouled. And I like to see that a little more from him. Go straight up and attack, where sometimes he goes with the acrobatic move through there that makes it a really difficult shot.
And I like what they've added to Peyton's game with now having him post up a little bit if they get a mismatch or anything that they see they can take advantage of. They'll bring him down into the post and let him go to work.
Free throw is good for Peyton Newbern. One more coming. Missed the second. Scram got in there to keep it alive though, and then Seth Newbern not quite able to get it to go. They almost stole one there. And then Seth Newbern's going to be called for the foul.
Those are the ones that are tough to take. You got an easy little bunny and miss it, and then Seth just wrong place, wrong time. Quick, cheap foul.
And he's going to check out just because of picking up that second foul. Kemple will come back in. Oop, ball slipped away there, and it's out off of Kemple, I guess. I thought it was out off of Champlin Park there, but it will stay with the Rebels. Amber coming back in here for CP. Gamber looking to attack. Now Graff had a little trouble catching that one. It might have interrupted his rhythm. Andrews back up. No, but he is fouled as he did some good work on the offensive glass that time for the Rebels. And you touched on it earlier, Bart. That's something that's been, you know, you don't have to shoot nearly as high a percentage if you're getting a second opportunity often enough.
And Champlin Park just historically has always been, and usually they've done it with size. They've had, you know, some really good post players, and this year not that big post in the middle, but they still are attacking the offensive glass and just giving themselves more opportunities.
Well, Andrews has certainly provided a spark off the bench here for Champlin Park. 6 points already for him. And it's a 5-point lead on the scoreboard. We're right now, as I said, we're going to have to sort that out at halftime. But Garner down the baseline. Ooh, back out for Peyton Newbern. Looking to attack here. Ooh, ran into some traffic. Now Kemple. Tough shot there, and he gets it to roll in. I think if you're the defense, you're satisfied to make him take that shot, but that time he got it to go.
Yeah, some good body balance there by Drew.
Timeout, Coach Plunkett, as the Rebels were running into trouble there in that trap. So timeout here as we've just gone under a minute to play in the opening half. Pretty good even battle here. We've seen a share of turnovers for sure, but overall been pretty exciting game here, I think, Bart.
Yeah, it's, you know, two very good Northwest Suburban teams trying to find their way a little bit as a new coaches and some new faces that are in the lineup. So I think both teams have to be happy with where they're at right now, especially, you know, if you're Armstrong going on the road and being, you know, tight in the first half, and Champlin Park with their first game here, getting some of those jitters out of the way and starting to settle in.
Champlin Parks had a little trouble with Armstrong's trap. I think that's something they would like to do better. Now, on occasion, they've been able to beat it and score, but too often it's been a bit of a scramble, and they've had some passes picked off, obviously, mainly Peyton Newbern, but the Condwa. A little crossover and then kicks it around. Here's Graff. They'll keep it moving. Taki picked up the dribble way out high. Now Andrews trying to go inside with it. Kempel's going to be called for the foul. He had his arm wrapped around Gamble down low. It's kind of like a defensive back on a wide receiver. They're going to see that when you've got him kind of hooked. So Gamber will shoot. Kind of fun to see Kempel. You don't see that many guys anymore that, you know, play both football and basketball. And I don't think I'm doing him a disservice by saying he's a better football player than he is basketball, but he certainly can be a valuable part of this Falcons team with that strength and aggressiveness and just overall basketball ability.
Yeah, Drew's a very intelligent basketball player, you know, and he's going to be asked to come in and bang with some of those stronger guys in the conference, and he's fully capable of doing that.
So under a half minute to go. We'll see if Armstrong intends to hold for one last shot here. Peyton Newbern back across to Garner. Garner, tough fadeaway there, no good. And Graff the rebound. Now 10 seconds. Rebels might have a chance to end the half on a good note. The Condwa over to Gamber. Going to go up with that half hook, no good. Putback is good though by Andrews. Open on the other side for Champlin Park, and the Rebels closing the half strong will go in up by, we believe, 7. But so interesting first half of play here, and Champlin Park, I think they got to like the way they close that half.
Definitely, and like you talked about, Andrews with a big spark, another nice offensive rebound there. I think Coach Ware would probably have liked to take that clock down a little bit more to not even give Champlin Park an opportunity.
Let's go to Allie now. She's with Coach Plunkett.
Coach, a pretty good first half of basketball to open the season. If you guys cleaned up a little of those turnovers, the score would be even more. What adjustments do you want to make in the second?
I think that we just need to take care of the ball. We need to block out on defense. They're getting a lot of offensive rebounds that we're not getting to, and we just got to be careful with the ball. I think if we do that, we should be able to take care of business in the second half.
Offensively, what did you like that you saw that you want to carry over into the second?
I thought that we were being aggressive early on. I think we were taking a couple three-pointers that were, bad shots, but if we could attack the basket, get them into foul trouble, get to the free throw line, I think we'll be able to win this game.
And what about the game plan to try to contain those Newbern brothers to kind of reduce their scoring ability in the second?
There are a couple of good guys, good players. I don't know if we can contain them. We just want to, make them take contested shots, make them work hard for everything that they get, and, let the chips fall.
All right. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much, and nice job, Demand. Welcome back here. We have kind of corrected the score as Armstrong, we think, was short of a bucket in the first half, but bottom line is on the board. It is 39-32, and that apparently is going to be official as the Rebels lead it by 7. First half was a pretty entertaining one. We had some good shot making, some turnovers along the way too, but take a look at some of the highlights from the opening half. Armstrong getting a 3 here from Owen Scram, their best pure shooter. Made a couple of from beyond the arc. They got some steals early that contributed to their hoops as Newbern hitting Scram for the layup there. Garner a nice dish, and Kemple getting the lay in there for the Falcons. And then this was too familiar a sight for the Rebels as Peyton Newbern getting a half-court steal and taking it in for the jam. Meanwhile, Taki on the other end, he looked as good as advertised in that first half, I would say. Attacking the rim on a couple of occasions, knocking down threes on a couple of occasions. Layup that time on the little give and go is Lukandwa. And then a nice spark off the bench for Andrews for Champlin Park as they really closed the half strong. 39-32 Rebels, and let's go over now to Allie. She's standing by with Coach Ware.
All right, Coach, we were just talking about how good your team's looking here in this first half. You've really led most of the way offensively in the first half, but gosh, Champlin Park is really kind of pushing that edge. What do you guys need to do to get back in front and stay in front in the second?
Yeah, one possession at a time, hold them to one and done. They take one shot, we got to rebound it. They're getting too many second and third opportunities right now.
What did you like defensively, forcing some good turnovers that you're creating for points?
Yeah, we're flying around, we're really long. If we can keep that up and pick up that 50-50 ball where some of them spit out and they got it and hurt us from three, so we got to make sure we get them out the three-point line.
What other adjustments were addressed at half so that you guys come out, get this road win, and fall to 2-1?
Yeah, we're right in the perfect spot. We're facing a little adversity. Now it's just time for us to trust each other and trust our process and our principles and take it one possession at a time.
All right, Coach, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Allie and Coach Ware, as you get a look at the leading scorers in this first half. Seth Newbern, we believe, had 11, but they've officially put on the board as 9. And Scram with 8 points, and Peyton Newbern 7 for Armstrong. Taki, a big first half of 15. And then Andrews off the bench. He had all of their bench points with 8. Graf and Lukandwa each with 6 points for Champlin Park. So again, Bart, early in the season, obviously you're going to have some things you need to correct, or really at any point in the season. But overall, I thought the guys really competed hard and by and large played pretty well in that first half.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you look at Champlin Park and the times that they handled the pressure, they were able to get some easy baskets out of it and some open threes. When they didn't handle it, they turned it over, and that led to Armstrong baskets. And so you try and shore those things up. You continue to work on the things that you did well, and which they really did a great job offensive rebounding. And then you got Taki, who really stepped into the spotlight for himself and led this Champlin Park team. And then you got, on the other side of it, you got the Newbern brothers that played extremely well for Armstrong.
Graf handing it off to Lukandwa. Nice little crossover. Offensive foul. Seth Newbern. Coach was saying earlier, as Allie mentioned too, really good at taking charges.
I've seen 30 years of basketball, and Seth Newbern might be one of the best anticipators of taking a charge. He just is very good at recognizing and then sacrificing his body to actually take the charge.
I was going to say that's part 2 of it, is being willing to stand there and know you're going to get knocked down. Scram, shot fake, and then squeezes the trigger there, but Graf with the rebound. And I think for Champlin Park, there's a steal though by Peyton Newbern. Newbern spinning to the hole, lost it on the way up, but he was fouled and will shoot 2. And that's got to be at least 5 steals for him in this ball game already here, and we're just beginning the second half.
Yeah, he was behind the play, just snuck in, got his hands on it, and he is very active on the defensive end.
Free throw good, so Peyton Newbern now with 8 points. And he makes a pair there, so Peyton Newbern starts the scoring in the second half with a pair of free throws, and it's a 5-point game. Taki is going to shoot it up, and he hits. Wow, he was actually pretty well covered there, and he still gets the shot away and hits it.
Oh, and I love that matchup. I hope that Taki and Newbern can guard each other on both ends of the floor. That would be fun to watch.
Scram's going to try and answer, and he does. Owen Scram, quick trigger there. He has 11 now for the Falcons, back to a 5-point game.
Like I said, Owen, if he gets those feet set, he is as good as money in the bank. He is very, very good at hitting those threes, and he's got good range as well.
Peyton Newbern called for the foul there as he got his hand kind of caught in the cookie jar there. Graf handing it back to Lukandwa. Graf getting it inside. Gamber looking to back down. This time he got a little better angle. He's missed a few like that where he was trying to bump with Kempel and then get his body around. That time his angle was much truer.
Yeah, got a little higher on the block, which was able to let him drop that left shoulder and finish with the right.
Scram got caught in the air there and his pass was knocked down. Taki, Graf, faked the pass and then he'll shoot it. Oh, that was nice. That was really nice. The D kind of shifted back over and thought Taki was going to get the ball back, and instead Graf buries it. Biggest lead here, 10 points now for Champlin Park.
Well, that's you got to play Taki. There's no question. You've got to know where he's at, and they did, but gave it up.
Peyton Newbern attacks and scores with the left hand there, 47-39. Back out to Taki here. Gamber comes to get it at the high post, trying to attack, lost it, then Graf in the right place at the right time. Taki out of the corner. And a foul there on Garner as Lukandwa ripped through strong and started his drive.
Can see with Champlin Park too a much more controlled pace. They've kind of settled in now, know what they want to do, handling pressure a lot better. And then I speak and they turn it over.
Yeah, I got caught in the air. I'm seeing guys on both teams that are driving that baseline and just really into no man's land a lot of times. It's tempting to go for it, but there just isn't enough space to get it done most of the time.
Well, and then they add to it, they jump. And then they just get lost. Nowhere to go.
Taki, a little crossover and pull up. Short on that one, and Scram snares the rebound. Garner looking to push it back the other way. And a kick ball there as he tried to thread a bounce pass through to Kempel. So Armstrong will inbound from the baseline here as Garner. And there's a nice takeaway. Zuo will go all the way and lays it in.
Just one of the most dangerous passes. You got a guy coming up, doesn't even see the defender, and that's just an easy steal.
I think the crowd was thinking this might be a dunk, and at the last second, I think he changed his mind and thought, I got to make sure I get the hoop here. And lays it in nicely. So 49-39 Champlin Park. After a slow start, they have really come on and played good basketball. And we talked to their guys a little bit over the summer, and I said it's no secret that the other teams in the Northwest Suburban are saying, well, Strong isn't here anymore, Wakori is not here anymore, Brian Gachop is not here anymore. Champlin Park, this is our time to get them. They're not going to be any good anymore. And they hear that talk too, and they want to prove it wrong.
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of pride within this program, both programs. And Champlin Park, especially you open up on your home court in Northwest Suburban, you're going to get jacked up for it. You're going to be geared up. So, and Champlin Park, like we said, after they settled in and some early turnovers, have done a much better job of running their offense and getting what they want to get.
Scram will kick it back out. Garner, a little floater in the lane, is short with that one. And Graff chases it down. They've done a better job of making Armstrong take, a little bit more questionable shots. And let's see, will this be another offensive foul here? What do we got? Yes.
Seth Newbern.
Lucandoa will be whistled for the foul. Yeah.
And those are just such big plays. You not only get a turnover, but you get a foul on a key player. And it gets your team excited, up, motivated.
Armstrong was in a drought, and they are down by 10. Peyton Newbern, dished, and it slips through the hands there of Langdon College. The sophomore has just come in. That should have been 2. Taki with Peyton Newbern out defending him. And there's another steal by Peyton Newbern. All the way, and another dunk. 4th of the night. 8-point game.
I was watching Peyton the whole time on that defensive possession, and he was licking his lips on that one. He was ready for that.
Gamber wanting to attack, goes up and scores it. So Gamber getting his second bucket of the half, and it's back to a 10-point game. Obviously, he's probably not going to be like the focal point of their offense, but it's nice to have that where you have somebody you can throw it in the post to and maybe make something happen, at least a few times a game.
Well, you watch teams when they start scouting and figuring things out, they're going to start taking Taki away as much as possible. That's where Gamber's going to step up and get some nice looks for himself.
Garner back over to Scram, no good. Tipped loose, Jones will wind up with it. Back out top, knocked away from Garner. The Rebels have numbers. Zuo is fouled by Jones. Wow, and he spins hard. Might have sold the last part a little bit there, but it was definitely a hard foul there by Jones, as Peyton Newbern's made a habit of this tonight. And I'm going to have to say, I know I'm going to sound old and like a coach, but that left hand, one-handed little pass out, and it's not good because you can't pull it back if you realize the defender's there.
Well, and just such a short pass too. I mean, it's you don't need to make that type of a pass. Just pull it back out, reset, get things going again.
Zuo's free throw bounces around. I always think back when you talk about fundamentals to the interview that Kobe Bryant did, where he said, "Thank goodness I didn't grow up in the U.S. playing AAU. I learned how to play the right way in Italy when his dad was playing over there." And there is some truth to that. I mean, I'm not knocking AAU or anything like that, but there are a lot of kids who think, the footwork part and the jump stop and everything isn't something they need to be concerned with. But the really good ball players can do both things. They can play with a lot of flair, they can play with a lot of speed, but they also have good footwork.
Exactly.
Newbern, nearly lost that one there. Now College. Here's Seth Newbern, a little step through, and he scores.
Great body control by Seth. Good recognition too on the drive.
And that pass into the shins of Zuo, and it goes into the Rebels bench. So Armstrong, every time they make a little run, though, they're still just cutting it to 10. They're kind of trading baskets now, but boy, that's a nice hoop by Seth Newbern.
Well, and for Armstrong, those turnovers, while they get the ball back, those are not the type of turnovers they want. They want to get the ball in play so that they can take advantage with their athleticism.
Seth Newbern attacks again, no good. Tip is good by College. So his first bucket, Langdon College, and getting a blocking foul in the backcourt as they were trying to spring the trap there. Peyton Newbern will pick it up. Andrews back in there now for the Rebels, and he'll inbound to Taki is. They have an 8-point lead. They were up 7 at halftime after trailing for a pretty good portion of the first half, but closed the half strong. Graff, little step back there, left Jones aside, and that's something that Coach talked about. You know, you need to be more than just a standstill shooter, and he showed an ability right there with the dribble to get himself free.
Not an easy shot to hit either. You got momentum going forward, just able to plant that left foot in the ground, and nice finish.
And College missed the layup after a nice feed. And that last hoop too with Graff, that's something you can practice on your own even. You don't even need, you know, just working hard on a power dribble and then step back, or a step slide left, step, you know, to the right.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just repetition over and over, and he did a great job with that. College
finishes this time after a miss a moment ago, so he's provided a little spark. He's got a little length at about 6'5" off the bench, and a guy that can provide them some good minutes. Let's see, and out of bounds was Peyton Newbern. Great effort, but his body was along the sideline there, it looked like, as he dove and grabbed that one. Still the kind of hustle you like to see, though, even though it didn't turn out their way.
Yeah, just one of those things that gets the bench excited, gets the players out there excited. Armstrong trying to pick up the tempo a little bit, get the pace going up and down.
And we're going to have a travel call here on Lacandua. A little bit of grabbing at the ball there was, you know, I wouldn't have argued if there was a foul call there either, but at the same time, he didn't get his feet planted, and that ended up leading to that travel. Jaden Plunkett, 35, is in for the Rebels now, and he is the son of their acting head coach and assistant coach, Damon Plunkett. There's College again. Jones fed him, and boy, Langdon College, Champlin Park's probably saying, we didn't really have him in our scouting report too much, but he's come off the bench and done some good things. Andrews whipping it across. Taki, layup, no, but he was fouled. And Seth Newbern will pick it up. Taki, I think, would like to have that one to do again, as he probably felt like he should have finished it, even though he did get hit. And that's where Champlin Park, I'm thinking, is probably wanting to, you make Armstrong pay if they're going to trap real aggressively and beat them up, get a little 3-on-2 or 2-on-1 behind that trap. Taki makes a pair. He has 20 points here tonight for Champlin Park. Not too long of a rest for Peyton Newbern after he dove for that one along the sideline. Probably not going to be out of the games too awful much this year, and except if he's in foul trouble or injury or anything. Garner handing it off. Scram. Taki got out on him. That contested shot won't go. Falcons will get another try at it, though, down by 8. Peyton Newbern attacks, goes to the left hand. No, but he'll head to the free throw line.
And we've talked about Peyton and the length and the quickness. He also is very adept at both the right and the left hand. He had some hand problems last year with his right, so had to do a lot of skill work with the left hand, really improve that, and you can see that he can go right or left just as easily.
And actually it was the 4th foul on Lacandua. That's not great news for Champlin Park. Amory Peterson, number 10, will check in here for Champlin Park, along with Zuo. So Lacandua presumably probably going to have a fairly extended break here. He's got 4 fouls with about 9.5 to go. Newbern's second free throw also no good. So the lead stays at 8. Knocked away and just able to keep it. Now Andrews into traffic, near steal there, and they do get it. And Scram was tied up. What are we going to have here? Oh, going to be a reach-in foul against Champlin Park. It'll be on Andrews. Got one hand in there trying to tie it up. I think the official down low didn't have it as great of a look, so the guy up top spotted that he had more arm than basketball there. Garner caught in the air, throws it away. Now Graff. Oh, he lost the handle, and here comes Peyton Newbern back the other direction. Newbern, a little jump stop there, and the layup is good. And a quick timeout taken. 6-point game now as Armstrong getting a couple in a row, chipping their way back in. They're down by 57-51. And Newbern, this is one of the first times we've seen him really go to the hard jump stop, which I think was a good idea there. Sometimes he gets a little off balance attacking when there's a defender there, and that time he did a nice job.
See if Armstrong comes out with maybe a little different pressure here. Maybe some man-to-man, full courts. Just mix it up a little. Throw Champlin Park a little curveball. They've got some turnovers that they've converted on and cut it to 6. They need to keep this pace going.
And I would think with Lucando out of there, that might help their cause in terms of putting pressure on. As you see, the next game's coming up here for the Falcons. They've got a couple more this week, and then holiday time after Christmas there.
So a little 2-2-1 zone press.
The trap arrives. Picked up the ball where you don't want to pick up the ball. Coach Plunkett calling a timeout.
Good recognition by Coach, seeing that trap, and that was not going to end up well for Champlin, so quick timeout.
Well, we said Champlin Park has a decent opponent tonight for sure, and then Thursday, Totino Grace, who's ranked number 1 in 3A, and then next Tuesday, Wayzata, who started the season ranked number 1 in 4A and won the state title last year. So it doesn't exactly get easier the next couple of games there for the Rebels. No offense to Armstrong, but those next two teams are quite good.
I blame that schedule on the previous staff, and I would.
It's true. Coach Plunkett said, Tuck didn't do us any favors with that one a little bit, but no. He said, you know what? We've been a good program.
Yes.
You got to play the best. And I've talked about this in other games and other sports, too. Football is the only one to me that you say, I don't know if we want to play way above our level because of the injury factor. You might just kind of get beaten down. But in basketball, somebody might beat you by 25. It might embarrass you, but it's probably not going to mean all kinds of injuries and things like that.
Well, and if you want to be the best, you've got to go out and compete against the best. And Champlin Park, real tough schedule, and it's going to help them down the stretch.
Donato handling it out top and got it to Graff. So again, without Lucandua, they go inside. Gamber continuing to attack. That time College has a little more length and forced him to shoot it over him, and it was not close. Peyton Newbern the rebound. Armstrong trying to get as close as they've been in a while. They spread the court here. Garner looking to get them into a set here. Peyton Newbern attacking. Nice dish, and College alone for the layup. Beautiful assist. 4th basket for College. 4-point game.
They've run that set 3 or 4 times, and Peyton doing a great job of recognizing whether to take the layup. Oh, great finish.
Andrews, I thought maybe had gotten fouled too. He lays it in. He's not the one down though. It's Zuo who is laying down after an awkward fall there. He was coming up behind the play. Watch Andrews, a strong finish here. And then, landing awkwardly as he was getting ready for maybe a potential rebound with Zuo. Right there. Ouch. Gosh, you hate to see that. Well, the way they're
looks like
looking,
a cramp, yeah.
Not an ankle or knee twist like I first thought it might have been. Yeah, definitely how they're treating it appears to be cramping up a little bit there. Again, I think important for Champlin Park to take advantage, when they've got an opportunity to score the ball in that kind of a situation. As you get another look, as he Oh, he's already grabbing toward that right leg before he landed. It was not quite what I thought it was initially there. So let's hope that he's going to be all right. As I talked about in some other games, that cramps can hurt like mad for a moment. It can kind of scare you a little bit when your muscle locks up, but at the same time, sometimes you just quick work on them and you're back good as new, 5 minutes later. So
I didn't have enough muscle to get a cramp, so I don't know what that feels like. So.
Brought into the front court by Garner. Armstrong down 6. They cut it to 4 a moment ago before that last Rebels hoop.
That same play. Champlin Park did a nice job.
Peyton Newbern missed badly there, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Rebels ball.
So on the last one, College slipped into the opening and was able to get that. This time Taki stepped in and helped take College away, and that left Newbern with no options.
Andrews holding it there, had it jabbed away. Graff, though, stepped in. Graff slipped, almost traveled. Gamber back out. Taki, a nice fake, and throws it back out to Graff. Now that leaves Taki open from the corner, but no. Andrews. Nice rebound by Andrews. Boy, he's been a spark plug there.
Armstrong kind of got away with they left Taki wide open, and Taki couldn't hit that one.
Graff, he is open. Let's see if he can knock it down. He cannot. Peyton Newbern out of there with it, throwing it ahead to Seth Newbern. He has to chase it down, and I guess he stayed in bounds there, or reestablished himself anyway. Garner. A missed opportunity for Armstrong, but at the same time, great hustle to keep, give them a possession anyway. Garner driving back out. Scram steps into a 3, but it's short. I think we're seeing some tired legs a little bit. I thought that on Taki's 3 from the corner too. Obviously you're not going to make every shot, even really good shooters, but I think sometimes it's more the legs that are failing you in this, especially this early in the season.
Right. I mean, we're 3 games in for Armstrong and 1 for Champlin Park, and you're going to see some of that. Just don't have that mid-season strength and consistency yet.
Knocked away from Newbern, but a reach-in foul there. I think a pretty good call to spot that one, as it looked like Donato got mostly arm on that. And so Armstrong will inbound on the baseline, still trailing it by 6. A little over 6 minutes to go, very much in it. Here's Seth Newbern, and he'll get it to go. His second hoop of this half, 13 total.
Nice recognition against the 2-3 zone. He just slipped into the opening between the middle defender and the wing.
There's a steal by Peyton Newbern over to Seth for the layup, and it's a 2-point game.
And there's that pressure paying off for Armstrong.
Graff getting it to Taki. Thought about that 3. Taki driving into the D, but College with the block. Rebels get it back again, though. That shot won't fall. There's Andrews scrambling like mad for it again. And let's see, the officials get together. They're going to say jump ball, which will be Armstrong possession. Andrews, though, great hustle again. He has really come to play. And Lukandwa with those 4 fouls. Now we'll check back in. The lead's been trimmed down to 2. You got it, yeah. What are we saving him for?
Right, yeah. You got to go with your best ball handler, your starters. Even with the 4, just got to settle things down and try to keep Armstrong at bay.
Garner to College. No, but he was fouled. Garner doing a nice job again, drawing the defender to him and then setting up College. Boy, and College, we talked about, Andrews off the bench. How about College? He's come in and made some plays for the Falcons.
Yeah, he's done a great job as a sophomore stepping in. He has an older brother that was a great receiver on the Armstrong football team.
And I have to admit, when I came to their practice, I saw him out of the corner of my eye, and I thought it was...
Yeah.
did he play basketball too?
They look very similar, yeah.
Second free throw, no good. So a 1-point lead for Champlin Park. The momentum certainly with Armstrong right now as they were down 10. And Champlin Park looks a little scattered right now, like they're feeling the heat a little bit.
Yeah, you see how the offense is extended out a little bit. That pressure has forced them out on the perimeter.
Grap the miss. Peyton Newbern the rebound. Armstrong has a chance to take their first lead in a long while.
And the 2 points that we talked about, that
Scram, a shot fake, gets himself way off balance there. Not a real good look that time. Taki, Andrews seemed to be open, but they didn't want to risk that cross-court pass. The Condor will step into that baseline jumper, spins in and out. Put back by Gamber won't go, and there's Peyton Newbern. Newbern pushing it back the other way. Goes over to Seth Newbern. Reverse layup, and Armstrong has the lead.
great job by Peyton and not forcing the issues. Sometimes he wants to force it, go in there, but nice jump stop, finds his brother for the easy layup.
Taki's pass intercepted by Garner to Seth Newbern to Peyton, and the layup is good. They wanted the jam, but it'll count the same as two. 3-point lead now for the Falcons. They have really turned the tide in this one. There's a steal by Seth Newbern. He is fouled and no go. I don't think it would have counted anyway. The foul was out on the floor, but tried to finish that one after getting yet another steal. And that'll be on Andrews, I believe, here. So free throw time coming up for Seth Newbern. Another look at that. Newbern to Newbern. And then it was the other way around. Seth to Peyton on the next one. Nice job there too by Peyton by realizing that it wasn't within dunking range. I'm still going to get the layup though. Free throw is good. Seth Newbern has played a heck of a game tonight, as has Peyton.
Boy, in basketball, such a game of runs. You got Champlin that made a nice run early to build the lead up to 10, and then Armstrong comes out with the pressure, starts chipping away at it, and now they've made their run to go up by 5.
We'll see if this is the decisive run or if the Rebels still have more in them. We're going to get a foul call on Seth Newbern there as he tried to get that steal. And that is number 4 on Seth Newbern. Now, granted, we're pretty late in the game, but it's still not ideal if you're the Falcons. Garner up, pressuring hard. Oh, a near steal there. Gamber looking to drive it. A little awkward angle there and missed. Seth Newbern the other direction. Nobody picked him up, but then he lost it on the way up. Taki in some trouble, but gets it out of there. And that's going to be a block against Garner and will result in free throws here. I think he kind of was sideways there. He wanted to set himself up and take that charge from Zuo, but didn't quite get the angle. Both teams have gotten better as the game has gone on from the line too, and Zuo makes that one.
Well, and this was a big possession for Champlin Park. Able to convert on the pressure. Didn't make the layup, but able to get to the line. no time off the clock here, and then they can hit the free throws to cut it to 3. And they now get a little rest here to talk about things.
So 2:47 remaining in this one, and it's now a 3-point lead here for Armstrong. We remind you to watch for our CCX Sports Play of the Week each Monday. Our new choices go up on our website, and then it's you, the viewers, that vote to decide. ccxmedia.org is the place to go, and then click on sports and then Play of the Week to vote. And obviously we're into the winter season now with plenty of basketball and hockey and other sports competing for those Play of the Week. We've seen a few tonight that I think could possibly be in the mix for that this coming week. So now it's Champlin Park's turn to apply some pressure, and we'll see what Armstrong is able to do against this. The other way around is really what's helped Armstrong to surge into this lead, as they've been able to really force Champlin Park into some turnovers. They'll back off, though, into man-to-man as Garner brings it up court. Ooh, and that pass tip. Garner and Scram were kind of stationary, and Garner kind of barking at his guys, you got to come get the ball, come meet it. Peyton Newburn inbounding, finds Seth. Back to Peyton Newburn. He'll drive, and the layup is good. I don't know if that's exactly what their inbound play was set to be, but they sure did a good job recognizing if it wasn't. And and a near steal there. And then a turnover by the Rebels with Condwa throwing it too high for Zuo.
Those are going to be the ones when Champlin Park looks back, whether they win or lose, that they've just got to make sure that they handle pressure, especially in tight situations like this.
Scram's going to have to call timeout, or did he not get it? 5-second call instead. Armstrong, they didn't seem to be ready for the pressure. They only had one guy in position, and Garner got so close to the inbounder that there was no way he was going to be able to get him the ball there. Officials conferring, and they said, no, if you got the 5 count, you got it. I mean, there's no actual clock to look at or anything. Lacondua takes the inbound pass here. Rebels down 5, a little over 2 to play. Garner doing a nice job hounding him without fouling there. Drive and dish. And let's see, it's going to be an offensive foul. I thought maybe a travel at first on Andrews, but instead it'll be another offensive foul drawn by Seth Newburn.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought that travel came first, but Seth with his 3rd of the game.
Well, it looked like they had a good setup there, an awkward look. And Peyton Newburn's going to look to attack. He scores plus the foul. Able to finish it in traffic. He was on the way down, but able to score it.
If Peyton Newburn gets going downhill, he is just really, really tough to stop.
Zuo called for that foul. That's a big bucket right there. Puts him 7. They could go up 8 if he makes this. And he does.
That's a part of Peyton's game that has improved a ton too, is his free throw shooting.
And he almost had another steal there. Now ahead, Taki, back out to Graff, and Scram fouls him. So 1-and-1 opportunity upcoming here for Luke Graff, the sophomore for Champlin Park. And Coach Ware right now saying, we didn't need that one, Owen. I think he's got to like what he sees. I mean, obviously, yes, when you force turnovers, but just the on-ball, better pressure. I'll tell you, Garner and Seth Newburn defensively are really getting after it. Peyton Newburn on the drive. Ooh, might have got bailed out a little there. I don't think that was a shot you really wanted to take in this game situation, but he'll draw free throws. And that might be the fifth on Andrews, it looks like. So Andrews, he played a whale of a game. I mean, if you're looking at guys for Champlin Park who lived up to or exceeded expectations tonight, Lorenzo Andrews off the bench certainly would be one of them. He has 10 points, but will foul out. And just his compete level, too. He was, you know, he answered every challenge in there and got some rebounds even despite not being all that big. So, nice game, Lorenzo. And Peyton Newburn's free throw no good. Of course, Bart, you just said that part of his game's improved. No.
You can blame me, Peyton. I'd really like to see Champlin Park get nice steal by Seth.
Goes to the other side, missed it on the reverse layup. He gets it back though, and he'll bring it back out. A timeout called by Coach Ware. Wow. Extra possession gotten by Hustle and Smarts under there by Seth Newburn.
And Seth always been known for that. Just like I said earlier, doing the dirty work. He loves to take charges. He makes things happen on the offensive glass, is a good defensive rebounder. Good strength. What I was going to say earlier, though, is I'd like to see Champlin Park get Taki more involved. Maybe a high ball screen, find him coming off of a down screen, pin down, something like that. It just seems like they've had a ton of pressure out there and they haven't been able to get the ball to him. So maybe get him the ball to start and let him use a ball screen, something to get him at least going to the basket.
Yeah, it feels like their last several possessions have been mainly just trying to keep the ball. I mean,
handle the pressure.
Yeah, they're not being able to get into what they want to do because Armstrong has stepped it up, certainly. Yeah, you're right. When you talked earlier about runs, I mean, if people are flipping around channels, they watch the first, say, 15 minutes, they'd say, oh, Armstrong's probably going to win. Then if you watch the middle portion of the game, you'd say, oh, Champlin Park's all over it. They're going to pull away and win. They were up by 10. And then the closing part has been all Armstrong. Garner will inbound here for the Falcons. Peyton Newburn will walk it back out. They want him to come and get fouled, and that's what will happen as Gamber. Now here's a situation where whether you can make free throws really, decides whether you close out games or whether you let your opponent back in. And it's an air ball on the first one for Peyton. So he had been gotten a little better, but then now has missed the last 3, and he's actually missed 5 of the last 6 free throws he's taken. Lead is still 8. I mean, they're still somewhat comfortable here, but they would like to be making these free throws, and Newburn knocks the second one in. So 70-61 Armstrong. And again, the Rebels going backward with it there.
Just too much dribbling.
Taken away by Garner. Garner all the way, missed it. College trying to save it. They can't do it. Great hustle. Both Scram and Garner wind up on the ground, but it'll be Champlin Park ball.
The times that Champlin Park had success against the pressure was when they moved the ball. Just quick passes, just a little too much dribbling and gets them in trouble.
And I think at times their spacing hasn't been the greatest either. There's Taki knocking down a 3. First time we've heard from him in a while, as he had a great start tonight. Now Garner, though, quickly answers with the layup. First basket of the game for Garner. He's played a nice game overall. 8-point lead for the Falcons. Okandwa, no on the 3, and here's Seth Newburn. Garner, and he is fouled by Taki. It kind of is feeling like a team that's already played twice versus one that hadn't played yet too, right? I mean, I feel you're just seeing a little bit of that.
Yeah, as we've gotten into the later stages, like you talked about, I think the fact that Armstrong's already been in 2 games and has fought through some of that adversity and the leg things that happen, coming short on your shots, and so they've already kind of gone with that already or faced that already. And Champlin Park first game has not, and so they'll learn from it. They'll fight through it. Next game will be better, and it'll just keep progressing forward.
Second free throw is good by Garner. Yeah, I'm interested to see how both of these teams end up doing this year. There's a lot to like on both sides. 9-point game. Lukandwa pass back. Taki wanted to shoot that 3. Peyton Newburn all over him. Oh, and he fouls him shooting a 3. I was going to say really nice D, but then the last part wasn't what he wanted to do there. $23 points in the game for Taki, although 15 of those came in the first half, so they've done a better job against him in the second.
Well, and give Armstrong a little bit of credit in that too. They just so much pressure up top that it was hard finding Taki in the spots that he could be successful.
Missed the first, makes the middle one, and one more coming here.
Yeah, talking about these 2 teams in the Northwest Suburban, obviously, you know, you've got Park Center and Totino Grace, who are going to are extremely talented. Osseo up there. But I think, you know, once these guys get a little bit more into the season, I think they'll be very competitive. And
Peyton Newburn for another dunk. Exclamation point on the win for Armstrong. 10-point lead. Lukandwa answering with a 3 for the Rebels, but it's only going to bring them to within 7 as Armstrong will win it by a final score of 75-68. And that kind of showed their mentality that, you know, right there, we're still going to attack if it presents itself. And Newburn had a dunk fest here tonight for the Falcons.
great road win for Armstrong. Big feather in their cap when anytime you can win on the road in this conference. Champlin Park, you know, did some really nice things. I like what they've got, especially after losing so many players. Head coach not being able to coach the first one, that's unfortunate. But, you know, lots to be enthusiastic about.
25 points for Peyton Newburn, 19 for Seth Newburn, 11 for Scram, and 9 off the bench for College for Armstrong. And for Champlin Park, Taki with 24 points to lead them, 10 off the bench for Andrews before he fouled out, and also 9 from Lukandwa. So the Falcons get their second victory of this season. And let's go down to Allie. Looks like she has the Newburn brothers.
I do. I've got the brothers, and they keep saying the Newburn brothers combined for 40 plus. So we're gonna start over here with Peyton. Peyton, you guys trailed a majority of the second half. What changed in those final minutes to get you guys on top?
You know, man, we just went in the locker room. Coach was preaching, you know, run the shooter off the line, get back on defense, transition. We got to push the pace, get the free buckets that they're giving us. Other than that, you know, it was just a great defensive possession that second half. You know, me and my dogs, we just tied it up, came back for the victory.
Explain the tenacity of this team to come out on the road and get a win against a pretty decent Champlin Park team. You know,
we've been pretty underrated at the start of the season. You know, we got people not believing in us, you know, how we're going to come out and play, you know, saying we're a 50-50 team. That was a 20-game winning team every season. I believe we came out and made a statement tonight. You know, it's just a great victory and all.
This was your closest game of the season so far. It's still early, but what did you learn about your team?
Big thing I learned about us, when we're all locked in, moving the ball as a team, you know, passing, backdoor, all on the same page, you know, it just clicks for us. You know, it's just nice to see how guys are sharing the ball with each other. pushing the pace up and down the floor. It's just a great experience.
When you go home and talk about this game with your brother tonight, what's the one thing you guys are going to really talk about?
All the dunks, 40 plus, both of us, me and him, just having a great time.
Congrats on a great game. We're going to turn it over to Seth. Mr. Do-It-All out there. Your points tonight were fantastic, but also defensively, you heavily affected this game. Talk about your team's entire defensive effort.
In the first half, we came out with that zone because it was their first game, so we wanted to try and throw them off. And we really picked it up from our first 2 games defensively, and I think that's what made us come out with this victory tonight.
What kind of confidence does a win like this, as you guys trailed a lot of this game, you come back, you fight back, you get the W. What kind of confidence does that give you?
It gives me a lot of confidence, and it gives our team a lot of confidence. We came to this game, people were doubting us, as my brother said. We're just a 500 team, and as he said, I think it's a statement win, and we're going to continue to build on it.
How much fun did you have out there tonight?
I had a lot of fun.
I think you will continue to this season. Good job.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thanks, Allie. Congratulations to Peyton and Seth Newbern and all of the Falcons as they get a win here over Champlin Park, 75-68. Season opener for the Rebels, game number 3 for the Falcons. We hope you've enjoyed this one here tonight. For Bart Iniger, Allie Mosley, and all of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Champlin Park, where Armstrong wins it by 7.